Welcome, episode 18 of Dalton's Thrift Store Explore. I'm Dalton. So, what has been happening since the past episode? Check this out. I had bought this thing back in October. It's been sitting in my basement. We've been going through the basement trying to do some clean out, and I found it. I decided I got to put this up somewhere. I was going to put it in my coming down out of my basement steps. But what it is, it's a light cover. I think it's supposed to go outside on your porch light. So we don't have one. Um, so I decided to hang it here, and what I want to do is get a push light, put it behind it, and maybe next episode I'll have that going, and I'll show you guys. If I come down here, turn the lights out, put on a movie, you know, make it spooky down here. So that's new. Let's see. College visits. We went to Ball State for my stepdaughter's music education audition. So next episode we should have a verdict on how it went, if she got in. And then we went to Mount St. Joe for a scholarship event for my stepson. Just hung out while he went and did some stuff. And then my son's been really busy. He played chauffeur last month. Him and his girlfriend went to Cleveland for a bridal shower. So he said they stayed in a really nice like Airbnb up there. So they had a good time up there. He said there really isn't a whole lot to do in Cleveland. Probably find some stuff to do if you got to spend more than just a weekend up there. But other than that, he's been working on some stuff with his house. So he's been doing some ceiling fan replacing. So kids have been busy on the weekends, just doing stuff. And then I got a text one day that my wife said somebody hit our mailbox, and I thought, oh, that's not good. So really, what happened is he clipped it with his driver's or his passenger side mirror. Didn't hurt the mailbox, but we spent a couple days picking up his driver's side or his passenger side mirror out of our front yard. So so somebody out there is missing a passenger side mirror, it's at Rumpke because it is trash and in multiple pieces. So other than that, the weather has been all over the place. We've had snow. It's like last Monday, we had snow in the morning, and then by the afternoon, it had melted. So that's Ohio weather for you. We've had weather this past weekend where one day I was in a t-shirt and pants. The next day, I was back into winter gear. So that was fun. And then this morning, to top it all off, we had some freezing rain. So yay for Ohio weather. So we are ready for spring. This week it's actually going to get warmer. It's going to rain every day, but it's not snow, and it's going to be in the 60s and 70s. So hopefully it's looking up. Spring's coming, hopefully. So we'll look forward to that. So where did we go? We went to a new thrift store, new St. Vincent DePaul in Hamilton. And then we swung over to the Valley Thrift Store. And then I had some stuff to trade in to Half Price Books. So we went there and traded some stuff in. And we will all show you that here in a minute. But right now, the portion of the show for 21 and over, it is the beer of the month. So it is March, and March is St. Patrick's Day. So I've been seeing a lot of Irish beers out in the stores. And one of the beers that I really like is a Scotch ale. And the first ever Scotch ale that I bought, I saw at a beer tasting down at our convention center for a local brewery here that I didn't know existed called 13 Below. They do a Lock and Dam number 37. And it was really good, and I kind of fell in love with Scotch ales then. So usually around this time, I like to look for Scotch ales. Another one I like is it's by Founders. It's called Dirty Bastard. It's a Scotch ale. I really like that one. But this one, we did visit on our out when we were doing our little thrifting trip. Went to Jungle Gyms, and we found this one. It's Grainworks Brewing Company. It's out of Westchester, Ohio. It is called Scottish Mist. And if you want to know what MIST stands for, it's men and skirts throwing. It's stuff, but it's not stuff. So you know what that is. But it's a Scottish ale. It's got a nice cream color to it when you pour it in the glass. It's not real heavy. Like I said, it's got a nice color to it. It's not real strong. So if you're ever interested in Scotch ales or Scottish ales, check out Grainworks Brewing Company. It is out of Westchester, Ohio. Yeah. So this one's cold, so I'm gonna have this one later. So what? Let's see. So where have we been? So we will start with St. Vincent DePaul. They opened a new thrift store in Hamilton back in August. We haven't had a chance to get there yet, so I thought I'm going to go. I'm going to go and check it out. So I had a little bit. I'm going to get a little nostalgic on everybody. So the location where it's at is down the street. It's about a half a block from where my grandma used to live, and it was a little. It was a grocery store called Evie's back in Hamilton. We used to go there with her. She would be the one that would pick single grapes and try them off the thing there, off the stem. She'd try them, but we'd go there. Sometimes she would drive. Sometimes me and my sister or me and my cousin, we'd walk down and pick something up for her. So it was nice to kind of get back there. I know once they closed, it was between I think it used to be a couple things. I know it was a pet store at one point, but now it is a thrift store. And it is a St. Vincent de Paul. I walked in and was very impressed. It was very clean, and the clothes were well organized. Sometimes when you go to the clothes section and they have large. Well, sometimes they're large. There's extra large, medium, small, sometimes it's everything. They have the large tag, but it's everything. So it was actually nice and organized. So when I went to look at large and extra large shirts, they were truly extra large and large. Nice staff. They greet you when you come in, and then if you have any questions, they have people stocking and stuff. They say hi and greet you. So they have this whole section of clothes, and then off to the right is all their knickknack stuff. And it is organized chaos. What I do like about it is it is labeled. So you have Christmas, you have fall, Halloween, Easter, glasses, plate. Like they have it all. Instead of just randomly throwing everything together, they have it all organized. But it is organized chaos because it's just sitting on the shelf. So that was fun. It was nice to visit someplace different. Definitely on my list now. When I head out that way, we'll definitely stop in there most of the time. And then we went to the Valley Thrift Store. As remember last time, couple episodes ago, we had went and the shelves were empty because we think it was after, I think, President's Day, and it just wasn't everything was empty. Full shelves this time, and I will tell you a little story when we get to those items. I'll tell you a little story. It's kind of funny. And then we went to half price books. So without further ado, let's get into the items that we found. So we will start with the St. Vincent de Paul stuff. So as you know, I work and I need ties. So I did find this nice tie here. I did find a new red shirt and some gray pants. So this will go good. I don't know if you really see it, but it's really cool. Like it here, you can see it changes when you're here. But it's red and black. So I really like that tie. I like the pattern on it. And then, clothes-wise, we found this Star Wars shirt. Almost looks like a comic book, kind of, the lettering and stuff. So check that out. Got a Star Wars shirt. And then, for all you Game of Thrones fans out there, I've never watched the show, but I saw the tag and I thought, there's got to be fans out there. Somebody will buy this shirt. This one right here. So I saw it and I'm like, all those Game of Thrones fans out there, here's a shirt for you. And then was walking all the knickknack stuff. Kind of took my time going through, but this caught my eye, and I think this may be the prize. This may be the prize buy of the weekend. This is an Elvis Stein. As you can see, it's got all the stuff all the way around, and it's got the guitar as the lid, and it's actually Heartbreak Hotel, as you can see on the bottom there. It is the first issue of the Golden Age of Elvis, so it's probably like a series of stuff. I'll show that again, so I was too quick. Right there, you see that? So it's really nice. It's solid. No chips, nothing. Inspected it really nice. It's in great condition. So we're looking to put this up. Not an Elvis fan, but if you know an Elvis fan, I got a Stein for him. So that was really, for the first time going, I think we found some really cool stuff. So it gives me hope that there's other cool stuff there next time we go. And then I wasn't going to go to the Valley Thrift Store. I don't know, just from the last visit, I see when I'm going to stop by, even if it's quick. I'm just going to browse real quick. Going in, walk down the clothes aisle, bam, found something. So I'm like, this is going to be a good visit. And it was a good visit. I'm glad I went. So trust your gut. So I found this Cincinnati Reds Hawaiian shirt right here. Right here, it's a nice Cincinnati Reds Hawaiian shirt. And with baseball season coming up, this thing's going to look sweet on the bowling lanes. So this will be out on the bowling lanes coming up. I might even wear it Wednesday, I'm not sure. And then, of course, had to find another tie. This one here. Really like this one. It's really popped when I was looking at the ties. It really caught my eye. I don't have one like this, so really I just need to find like a burgundy shirt to go with it. My wife is better at trying to find like collars. Like I was like, oh, I have a light blue shirt. She's like, no, burgundy will look better. So I want to find me a burgundy shirt. So this will be at work. If anybody at work watches this, this will be coming to an office near you. And then I was going through, I'm really looking for like a Cincinnati Reds sweatshirt just for like the colder spring nights and evenings and days and stuff. But I did find Cincinnati Reds, but I did find a couple UC Cincinnati Bearcats sweatshirts that are kind of cool. My wife's keeping one, and I think she's keeping this one. So this is a UC Cincinnati. Let me stand up. Right here. Cincinnati UC. And it's got the C on the thing here. So I think she's keeping this one. And then it's kind of almost the same, but it is. I could probably wear this one for the Cincinnati Reds. It just says Cincinnati on it. But it also has, there it is. UC logo. So they're both Knights apparel, which I have a UC shirt that I had bought last episode, that is out there. And then was walking down the aisles, and I found this little guy, BB-8. I don't know, Star Wars BB-8. Doesn't squeak or anything, but that's pretty cool. It was like $1.99, so I picked it up. Somebody's gonna want that. And then growing up, cartoon-wise, ever watch Looney Tunes? You know this guy, the Tasmanian Devil. I had to pick him up. It was $1.99, and it still got the tag on it. So somebody's going to get this up on eBay. So I'm going to post that. Oh, and my story real quick. Last Monday, we donated a bunch of stuff to the veterans who take it to the Valley Thrift Store. So I have this picture that we donated, and I was walking down the aisles, and I looked over to my left, and what was there was that picture. So took a picture of it, and I sent it to my wife. I said, "This look familiar?" She said, "You gotta be kidding me." So at least we know, like donating stuff, where it goes, you know. So I think that's pretty much it for clothes. So really, so our totals, St. Vincent DePaul, our total was 21.25, and then our Valley Thrift Store total was 24.63. So nice, nice couple of spins there. Not too much. I mean, if you do the browsing, a lot of people complain about the prices. A lot of the pages I follow, there's some people that they comment and complain about prices. But if you just look and you just browse, and if you pay attention, if you ever go thrift store shopping, I'm gonna give you a tip. One tip that I've experienced. I know some of the prices are high, but if you pay attention, so like the Valley Thrift Store, they do colored stuff. So like if it's green, blue, orange, like if the tag's different colors, pay attention to that because it's 25, 50, 75% off. Sometimes that's better than going when it's a 50% off day. Like I think one of these, either that BB-8 or that Tasmanian Devil, it was like, oh, the Tasmanian Devil was 75% off. It was just sitting on a shelf. So if you go, pay attention. And at St. Vincent de Paul, they had a sign up that stuff was like, look for the gray tag, look for the green tag. Like, you don't always have to buy it if it's not on sale. So that's a word of advice. That's my tip, is look for the discounts. It's my tip of the day. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll be a new thing, my episode. I'll do a tip to give you guys some heads up and do stuff out there. So, we did get some stuff from Full Moon. They had a sale. I won't show you everything. I did finish. I did get 3 movies that I wanted. Baby Oopsie, 1, 2, and 3. They're from Demonic Toys. And then this movie here, it's Prime Evils. This movie was 30 years in the making. The guy that did it, his name is David Allen. He had cancer, ended up dying and not finishing the movie. So 30 years later, Charles Band picked it up. Bam, here it is. 30 years. It's stop motion. Love it. It's old, but it's a fun movie. And then, speaking of Charles Band, I got a book that I've been wanting for a long time since it came out. Just never could pull the trigger on the retail price. So it's finally on sale for 40. I think it was 50% off. So it's his biography, Charles Band, Confessions of a Puppet Master. It's all his stuff. When he started, it was with his dad, and it's just when he started Full Moon, Wizard, all that. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. So I looked for the movies that we got after my trade-in from Half Price Books. I saw this movie on Tubi, just browsing on Halloween movies one time, and I'm like, that's a really good movie. And look who's in it. It's got a nice cast. So it's called Candy Corn, and it stars PJ Souls. If you're a Halloween fan, you should know who that is. And Tony Todd, R.I.P. Tony Todd, who had died, I believe, passed away, I think last year. And his last, I want to say, they had a nice tribute to him in the last Final Destination movie. But this is a good Halloween movie. If you check it out, um, it's not widely known, I don't think, but this is a good movie. And then we got the third installment of The Conjuring, brand new, still in the package. It was like $7. Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. So I only need one more, and that's the new one, Last Rites, to finish the series. And then I bought this soundtrack a while back, maybe early last year. I bought it, but I never had the movie. I saw it because the actual vinyl was really cool, and it's Humanoids from the Deep from Roger Corman. It's a Roger Corman classic. So I picked that one up. I really have never really seen this. Well, they call it Out in the Wild. So I'm glad I saw this one in Half Price Books. Thanks, Half Price Books. And then some of the episodes I say when I get movies, it's like, I don't have that movie. Like, that's a movie that I thought I always owned. And then I thought, well, I never owned it. But maybe my wife never owned it. Like, that's insane. Here's one of them, Monsters Incorporated. And then you got to follow it up, Monsters University. So now I finally have these. This is going to make a really nice double feature one night. So I think that's it. That is it for all our stuff. So what's coming up? It is March. It's going to get warmer. There's people do some spring cleaning, which spring cleaning means people are getting rid of stuff. Yard sales, garage sales, outdoor flea markets. So one thing I wanted to do is, if you are having a yard sale, if you're having a garage sale, if your church is having a rummage sale, I will bring it to me. I will advertise it on my page. That will, we'll just get it out there. Send it to me. You can email it to me. Go on YouTube or go on Facebook, like Dalton's Thrift Store Explore on Facebook, and let's advertise. Let's get some of these people out of their houses. Let's get them to yard sales, garage sales. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and I have a lot of treasures here that I get. So let's get out there. Let's get out there and let's help everybody. If they're selling, go out, see what they have. You never know. You might find something cool. I like this. Elvis Stein here. So go check out. This will be up on YouTube. Go check it out. Dalton's Thrift Store Explore. You can got my Yahoo email. Dalton's Thrift Store Explore at yahoo.com, and check it out on Facebook. Dalton's Thrift Store Explore. I know this episode went a little long, but I have a lot of stuff, and just want to tell you what's going on. So get out there. Remember, if you got anything you want to advertise, send it to me, and I'll share it on my page. So till next time, happy hunting and stay thrifty.